The State of the City address received a bit of a facelift this year. The address was given via video. The video was a compilation of various city directors giving a comprehensive update on their different areas. This idea came from the city manager, Harold Dominguez, and the city council to try and change things up and offer the citizens of San Angelo a different way to receive the address. The State of the City address was also shown at a public meeting so that the citizens could come and ask city officials questions after viewing the video.
I think if you look at the role that we all take, whether we're sitting in this chair or we're out mowing ball fields, we're all fundamentally public servants. And one of the things that is important for me, for any public employee, is that we truly understand what that is and do our best to accomplish it. And we're there to serve the public.
TNA Wrestling came to the San Angelo Coliseum in August and had a great fan base come out to see who would win the matches. The video coverage that Public Information took from TNA brought in almost 9,000 views on the city YouTube channel. The San Angelo Municipal Pool welcomed the Dogs of San Angelo. The Recreation Department hosted Soggy Doggy Day in September at the municipal pool, where owners could bring their dogs and let them swim around in the municipal pool. In October, Channel 17 premiered a new program titled A Closer Look. This program takes in-depth looks at the various city departments. In October's episode, Civic Events Manager Anthony Wilson takes viewers on a tour of the various civic event venues and what they have to offer.
Bill Clinton, when he was in town to campaign for his wife, and even he remarked at what a majestic facility that the City Auditorium is. It really is a treasure. After 80 years, though, it is showing its age, and we're in the process right now of looking at some plans to improve this facility, both from an aesthetic standpoint and from a technical standpoint. Not only is the facility old, but a lot of the systems, such as the sound and lighting, are also old as well, and really need to be replaced. And so those are things we're going to be looking at in the foreseeable future. This building has hosted everyone from President Clinton back to Elvis. Before he was Elvis in his younger days, performed on the stage of the City Auditorium. Today it serves as the home of the San Angelo Symphony, the San Angelo Civic Ballet, which has its annual Nutcracker production here each Christmas season, and more recently the San Angelo Broadway Academy, which is a growing and thriving youth theater production, and is drawing lots more people for each performance.
The Recreation Division hosted pumpkin painting at the Southside Recreation Division, where kids came and painted pumpkins to take them home with them for Halloween. Monster Trucks Inc. visited the San Angelo Coliseum on October 10, 2009, and fans were out in full to see the spectacular trucks perform. The City of San Angelo Recreation Division warned residents about the haunted house that they hosted at historic Fort Concho's Barrack 2. The haunted house brought in over 1,100 pounds of canned goods for the food bank and had over 1,200 people come on the 2 nights. Money that was raised helps other recreation programs like the pumpkin painting, turkey shoot, Super Soaker back to school party, and the whipped cream palooza. In October, the Angelo State University Choir performed its annual Halloween concert in front of a packed audience at the City Hall Auditorium. On October 23rd, the second neighborhood blitz of the year hit the Fort Concho Rio Vista area. Employees were grouped into teams and worked all day painting houses and curbs, picking up trash, and cleaning alleys. Workers painted a total of 20 houses during the day. The blitz is a part of the city's neighborhood revitalization program and gives city employees an opportunity to give back to their community. It is also a proactive effort to prevent code compliance issues, which can be time-consuming and costly.
In terms of code compliance, this is grand. This is what we strive for on a daily basis, working proactively, looking for properties that are in violation. So from a code standpoint, this type of cleanup, this type of blitz really alleviates some of our due diligence per se, and it really helps the citizen kind of start from a clean slate.
Fort Concho hosted a two-night special event as staff took citizens on special night tours just a few days before Halloween. The night tour consisted of history and different stories about the soldiers and different buildings around Fort Concho.
As Satanta ranged the area from Fort Griffin to Fort Concho down to Fort McCavitt and so, he started noticing some interesting things. He noticed that the horse soldiers would be out in the field practicing maneuvers and stuff. And each time a certain song was played on the bugle, they would all do a certain thing. For example, he would hear one song and all the soldiers would go to the right and then make a hooking motion. He'd go to Fort Griffin, hear that same song, and the soldiers would do the same thing. Wherever fort he went to, that same song would produce the same results. And he noticed that each song had different results and different, whatever the soldiers would do. So he found a bugle, and he learned how to play that, well enough that the first time he used engagement, he was finding some soldiers from Fort Concho and Fort Griffin. And he waited for their first bugle call. He played a contrary bugle call and caught that group of soldiers in an ambush. And may have made a difference, but it wasn't too long ago that the American Army had learned guerrilla warfare to beat the British. So it just took a little adapting before they caught on to all that.
October 2009 saw the retiring of another long-tenured employee. City Attorney Mindy Ward retired after more than 30 years with the city. As city attorney, Ward supervised 4 in-house attorneys and 3 legal assistants, and was responsible for budget preparation and oversight of the office. Her office is charged with a variety of responsibilities such as drafting and/or reviewing ordinances, resolutions, contracts, real estate documents, and other legal instruments, advising the city council, city manager, and department personnel on a variety of legal issues, and occasional court and administrative hearing appearances on behalf of the City of San Angelo. November marked a premiere of another new episode of A Closer Look. This time, emergency operations was the focus, and Emergency Operations Manager Ron Perry toured the EOC to show citizens what goes on during an emergency.
So whether it's a actual emergency or a drill of any type, this is where the powers that be and the decision makers would come to gather and make those important decisions as to how we would handle any type of emergency. The long table that you see here against the wall is for all of the agencies that assist us during disasters such as Salvation Army, Red Cross, CERT, our hospitals, our higher education facility at Angelo State University, National Weather Service. All of those people would be sitting back here. We are set up on the incident command system type of setup where you see the signs on the ceiling that talk about logistics and operations, technical specialist plans, the command table here where our leadership sits and makes decisions and assist those out in the field doing the actual work.